In this video, we're going to do section 2.8, Algebra of Functions and Function Composition. Please open in your learning workbooks to page 132 and read along with me. Perform operations on functions. In the real world, functions are often combined to create new functions. A simple example would be calculating the profit of running a business. One department of the business would calculate the cost of running the business and express its cost as a cost function. A second department of the business would calculate the revenue of running the business and express it as a revenue function. We might call the cost function C of X. And we might call the revenue function R of X. Profit is determined by starting with revenue and subtracting costs. So the profit function, P of X, is created by subtraction. P of X is equal to R of X subtract C of X. This can be generalized for any two functions, f and g, using any of the four basic operations of mathematics: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We have the following from your textbook. Given functions f of x and g of x, we can combine these functions in four ways. If we decide to add the two functions together, we'll give them the new name f plus g. If we decide to subtract the two functions, we give them the new name f minus g. If we decide to multiply the two functions, we will give them the new name f dot g. And if we decide to divide the two functions, we will give them the new name f over g. This last one comes with a restriction. A denominator cannot be 0 because division by 0 is undefined. Therefore, g of x is not allowed to be equal to 0. The domain of the functions shown here are all real numbers that are in the intersection of the domains of the individual functions f and g. For f over g, we further restrict the domain to exclude values of x for which g of x equals 0. Let's look at an example. Page 133 of your learning workbook. Given g of x equals 2x, h of x equals x squared minus 4x, k of x equals the square root of the difference x minus 1. Part A, find g minus h of x. All right, well, the first step in solving a problem like this is to recognize that g minus h of x is just two functions being subtracted, g of x minus h of x. So we're going to make a replacement here. G of x will get replaced with what it's equal to in this problem, which is 2x. H of x will get replaced with what it's equal to in this problem, x squared minus 4x. And because we're subtracting, we have to put that in parentheses. We'll now distribute, and we get 2x minus x squared plus 4x. Combining your like terms and putting terms in descending order, negative x squared plus 6x. This is our final answer. Okay, part B. Part B says, find g dot k of x. Okay, well, this means that we're going to take two functions, g of x and k of x, and multiply them. So, making a replacement, g of x is equal to 2x, k of x is equal to the square root of the difference x minus 1. Whenever we multiply radicals, we simply put things side by side, usually with the radical at the end. This is our final answer.